History is often described as a record of facts, but in reality, history is a record of survival. What remains written is not always what truly happened, but what was allowed to remain. Many ancient stories reached us not intact, but fragmented, edited, and rewritten across centuries. And among those stories, one name stands at the center of belief, power, and mystery: Solomon. To some, he was a wise king, to others, a prophet, and to a few, something far more complex. But before asking who Solomon really was, we must ask a more dangerous question. What if the story itself is incomplete? According to Jewish tradition, Solomon was not a prophet. He was a human king, intelligent, strategic, and powerful, a ruler who unified a kingdom, built a grand temple, and governed through wisdom rather than divine miracles. Yet the same tradition tells another side of his story. As Solomon grew older, his political marriages multiplied, foreign influences entered his court, altars to other gods appeared in the shadows of Jerusalem. In this version, Solomon did not fall suddenly, he drifted, slowly, quietly, away from the divine path. No supernatural powers, no command over nature, only regret and silence at the end of his reign. Islamic tradition tells a very different story. Here, Solomon is not merely a king, he is a prophet, a ruler chosen not only to govern people, but to command the unseen. The wind obeyed him, animals understood him, the jinn worked under his authority. But this power was not magic, not a ring, not a spell. It was knowledge. Knowledge granted directly by God. And unlike the Jewish narrative, this Solomon never fell into corruption. His death itself became a lesson, remaining unseen until even the jinn realized that power, no matter how great, still ends. Two traditions, two Solomons, one flawed, one protected. And yet, outside of religious texts, something is missing. When we turn to archaeology, the silence becomes uncomfortable. No Egyptian records, no Assyrian inscriptions, no Babylonian chronicles. Empires that documented everything say nothing about Solomon. No battles, no alliances, no monumental kingdom described in the Bible. Even the legendary Queen of Sheba appears in texts, but not in confirmed records from the same era. So we are forced to ask, was Solomon too insignificant to mention? Or was he never part of that timeline at all? Some researchers believe the answer lies deeper, far earlier than the 10th century BCE. In ancient Sumer, a ruler named Dudea tells a familiar story. He dreams of a divine being, receives sacred measurements, builds a temple according to heavenly plans. He imports cedar wood from distant lands, records every step on stone tablets. The parallels are impossible to ignore. Was Solomon's temple story original, or was it inherited? Persian mythology offers another echo, a king named Jamshid, a ruler of a golden age, commander of divine beings, traveler upon a flying throne. Jamshid ruled with a sacred seal until pride overtook him, and with that, the divine favor vanished. A story of power, fall,
and forgotten knowledge. Sound familiar? Some ancient texts speak of something else, objects, tablets, not religious symbols, but repositories of cosmic knowledge, the so-called tablets of destiny. Control over nature, order over chaos, authority over reality itself. In the Quran, a man with knowledge from the book moves a throne in an instant, not through magic, but understanding. Could this be myth, or a distorted memory of technology so advanced it appeared divine? Perhaps Solomon was not one man. Perhaps he was a synthesis, a layered figure built from older kings, older myths, older knowledge. Like a palimpsest, each civilization writing its truth over the erased lines of the past. And beneath them all, something older still. So we return to the question, was King Solomon a prophet, a king, a myth, or the last echo of a forgotten civilization whose science became our magic and whose history became our legend? The answer was never meant to be simple, because sometimes the truth is not written in what survived, but in what was erased. What do you think?